Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. And I've got another haul. It's a Christmas haul, but it's also got a couple of things in there that can be used any time of the year. So I'm just going to get stuck in. I'm looking around my desk for my ruler, and I just found it. Yeah, because it's no good showing stuff without measuring it. Right, I went piggy shopping. Yeah, I'm always piggy shopping. And the first thing I got was a little set of houses. And this is the first one. And they come with little bows. And that is 1 1/8 of an inch. So these are like little Christmas houses. But if you take away the bows, you know, you can use the house any time of the year. And then I got this one, which has another bow. This is a really sweet one. This would be nice for anyone moving into a new home. 1 7/8, and then the height of that is just under 1 3/4. Excuse my throat again. And then another bow with this one, and this one is 2 3/16 of an inch. Aren't they sweet? I have cut those out. I'm going to share those in a minute. I'm trying to do my smallest stuff first. And then I got this gorgeous tree. Don't know why, I just love that little swirly bit. And I love that it's solid because I've ordered some felt and I want to do some beading of little felt ornaments. That is 3 1/4 inches, and then the widest bit being at the bottom is 1 3/4. And let's have a look what else I got. Oh yeah, do you remember I did that in my last haul? It was a little elf sitting on top of 2 ribbons. I think I've actually got that still on my desk, and I had to get the other one. And this one is the Christmas gift, and the elf is like falling over falling off the top of the gift, and it's just really cute. And I've done that one, so I'll be able to measure it. And then next up, I got myself some, whoops, just dropped something on the floor there. I got myself this little frame with jingle bells. Something about jingle bells. They're just cute. And that is 2 3/8 of an inch. And I actually got a wreath that might match that. So this is the reason that I got it. So I'll just pop that there. And then I got myself this set of seagulls because they just look so cute. I love the details and embossing on them. And they come with these little neckerchiefs, bless them. I think that's for the 2 that are standing because that's the way that I did it. And your biggest bird, I think, is this one. And they're actually larger than I thought that they would be. They are 2 inches, that big one, by 2 inches. Isn't that lovely? See if you can see the details in those. So I just cut those out in white cardstock and used some marker on them. And I'll share those with you. And then next up, because I just love them, I've got these as stamps, different size dies. Whenever I see one, I have to have it. I just love paper sailing boats. I like to cut them out of a newspaper type print and do them for cards. But you've got the entire base section there. This can either go on the bottom of a box, or of course it can be your card. So the size of that is 6 1/4 inches. And then the height of it, let's have a look at that, is just under 3 1/2 inches. But if you wanted to, on a round box, of course, you could just bend that around and have your paper boat above your small round box. But I just love that. You could wrap that around a candle as well if you wanted to, for your bathroom. I can't wait to do this. Probably do this when I come back, but I will kind of, you know, newspaper print, because that's what I love. And then my biggest ones for last. Let's go with this one first. And it is, if you look at it, it's a berry wreath. Now I haven't cut these out. I am going to come up on Monday and cut these out. And you've got that gorgeous bow. my other wreath might actually be bigger than this one. And I've just ordered the other one because I realised that I'd left the leaf one behind, so I have to have that one. Right, I think at its widest point we're looking at 5 inches. And then I'm going to do down here as well. Let's go to here. Yeah, its widest point is 5 inches. And then that gorgeous droopy bow is 3 7/8 of an inch. So that's going to make a really lovely Christmas ornament. And like I said, I've ordered some felt. Of course, you cut these in cardstock, but I'm going to try and do it in felt. And what I do is I will use a glue stick, stick my felt down onto cardstock, and then I run it through the die cut machine. And I find that I get a much nicer cut when I use felt. So it's going to be interesting to see if that will cut it or not. But then I intend to kind of like stitch little sequins into the circle bits and just have a pretty little bow on it. But I just think that is absolutely gorgeous. It's a full card, you know, your bow and maybe a little bit of a sentiment or not. And this one is definitely bigger. So if you look there, it is all jingle bells. And like I said, I'll be up on Monday cutting these. And you've got a different style of bow with this. Now, because you've got all those trailing bits, it's, I'm trying to think how to do it. I'm going to go for this point here, 5.5 inches. And then I'm going to spin it around to this bit here, 6 inches. So you're looking at least a 6x6 card. And then the width of that bow is 2.5. And the height of that bow is 2.25. But like I said, I just thought it would be nice to do these in felt. This one might be a lot harder because you can see there'd be a lot of weeding to do in the felt between the bells. Or of course you could cut it in vinyl. But I just think those are fabulous. Right, I'm going to share what I've been up to. So first up is 3 tags that I did. And I just used those little houses. I think this is a Maggie Holmes printable. And it's kind of like a calendar page that I used. So those are my 3 little houses there. And I just used some snowflake paper and dropped it back inside of those windows, which was really easy to do. And then next up is my gift. Well, first of all, here's the ribbon that I did last week. So I've got my little elf falling asleep. I'm trying to get a clear picture. There you go. My little elf fell asleep with the scissors in his hands and he's got his ribbon. So this is my new one. And there's a whole collection of these. And I might have to go back and get them because I just think they're adorable. But he's just falling off his package. That's kind of like me. I feel like I'm falling off my package sometimes. Oh dear. Yeah. But isn't he cute? We put him that way around. You can see him. He's like, woohoo! He could be jumping in the air as well, couldn't he? Yeah. Oh, I just think they're adorable. So this is my new one. And I didn't measure it, did I? So let's measure that complete. That is 3 inches. And then the height of that is 3 1/8. Just over 3 inches. So I got that one to go with that one. And I just love it. And then those seagulls because they're absolutely adorable. And I just thought they'd look great with that paper boat. So there's one. I know I didn't do them in seagully colours. I just used the markers that were on my table. I'm trying to get close to get a better picture. I think that's probably it. So there's one. And I just dropped one. And he's got his little neckerchief on as well. Ooh, my camera's being a pain. And they've just got these great humorous expressions. And these two are flying. Aren't they lovely? Ooh, I do like them. I mean, those 4 would quite literally make a card. If you've got some brown embossing doodah powder, you can make your sand And you can just have your seagulls and water ink or something, splash a little bit of ocean behind them. But they've just got those humorous expressions, which is why I love them. And if I drag my, where's it gone? My little paper boat out and pop him there. Do you know what I mean? It's just going to look really sweet. Absolutely love it. Right, I thank you so much for joining me today. I do hope you have an awesome weekend, and I will be up on Monday with these wreaths. Thanks so much for joining me. As usual, all links below. Bye.